Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. I'm Terry Flewers. Arsenal have just been demolished. Arsenal have just been embarrassed. Yes, they're playing Manchester City, a truly tremendous side who deserve accolade after accolade for their brilliance this season, there is no doubt. And of course we're going to speak about the brilliance that we've seen on the pitch from Pep Guardiola's men. But the lack of fight, the walking around the pitch, the lack of energy, the biggest bit, the lack of respect that these Arsenal players and Arsene Wenger have for these fans, we're going to tackle it right here, right now, live with you. I'm going all in. I'm going in bare on these. Trust me. I was watching this as a neutral to this game, thinking, why are you not running? Why are you not closing the space down? Where's the energy? Where's the fight? Disgrace. I want your calls though on 0203 606 0315. Of course, download the OneFootball app. We will be looking at some of the statistics, voting for man of the matches as we always do. The information for that is in the description below. But it has to be said, and I'm going to go in now and look at this. Aaron Ramsey walking around like he's out shopping with his missus. Hector Bellerin, who wants to attack match-going Arsenal fans for being fake fans, not real fans. Doing nothing. No fight, no determination, no passion, no energy. This is why fans have the right to stand up and say what they want. Mesut Özil, £350,000 per week. Missing. Let's get out the milk cartons again. Let's put Ozil's face on it. Where was he? Nowhere. The only Arsenal player, in my opinion, that can walk away with an ounce of credibility is Jack Wilshere. He showed fight and he did show determination. He actually had a little bit of fire and hunger in his belly. But the rest of those Arsenal flops have been at the club too long. Been provided with too many chances from Arsene Wenger. Far too many opportunities, far too many chances, and they flatter to deceive, and they fail time and time and time and time again. Utterly disgraceful. Utterly disgraceful. I'm ready for your calls. We're going to go in on this. 0203 606 0315. I want to hear from Gooners, City fans and neutrals alike. Surely, this is one embarrassment too far. It's not the losing 3-0 that even is the embarrassing part. It's that walking around on the pitch. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, mate?
Hello, Terry. It's Paul.
Hello, Paul. Who just Paul? Arsenal?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Mate, what was wrong with your players? Why were they walking around on the football pitch?
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Soft leadership, innit?
Soft leadership, both on and off the football pitch. What's your overall thoughts on the game and the performance from your boys today, though?
Well, I thought they started off all right, and it might have changed if Aubameyang had actually scored. Wilshere, I mean, you know, the one thing about Jack Wilshere is I'm really looking forward to him going to the World Cup this year. Ramsey, again, in first half, outstanding, but it just falls away. And Mesut Özil, well,
£350,000 a week his new contract was after longing it out for almost a year, getting more and more money. Do you expect your best players, such as Özil, to turn up in these big games?
He never turns up in a big game, does he?
Then why do you think Wenger's paying him so much money? For what reason?
I've got no idea, unless he thinks that he can build a team around Özil. But the only time he's ever going to build a team around Özil is to get rid of Primorac, the main coach, get rid of Steve Bold, the defensive coach or assistant manager, and actually get somebody in there who's going to instill some discipline instead of this go and express yourself type of football. I mean, Wenger only done what he done was under George Graham's defence. And the academy players that went through the years. That's the only thing that ever made Arsene Wenger any good.
Mate, I hear you
because
on that one.
Had George Graham. Well, he had the youth of George Graham. He had Dixon and Keown and Winterbow. And the only decent defender Wenger has ever bought he didn't actually buy him, was Sol Campbell.
No, totally understand what you're saying, mate. Lots of more people coming to get through. Really sorry about the way your team let you down today, mate. I truly am.
All right, cheers, Terry.
Cheers,
Never
mate.
mind.
Look, we just keep getting these calls through. I hear the pain in the guy's voice. And do you know what? You can be outplayed and beaten 3-0 by this Manchester City team. But I would not expect at Wembley, in a cup final, for one singular second, for any of my players to not be running hard, tackling hard, fighting hard, trying hard. For the fans. The fans that Hector Bellerin calls fake for calling them out. And do you know what? You don't need to be a FIFA, an FA qualified coach to turn around and give a professional football player the advice or the feedback or the criticism that they need to run more. They need to work harder. That is for anybody that watches the game to see. I would love to see Hector Bellerin get out there now, whether it's Arsenal Fan TV or another platform. Go out there now and have your say. Tell the fans why you were so bad today. Do it. Ready for more calls as and when you guys are. I'm going to do some of the comments here that are coming through on YouTube. 4 more years of Wenger, please, is what Robert says. Must be a Spurs fan saying that. Is anyone even shocked at how rubbish we were today, is what Southside J has got to say. Loads and loads of Wenger outs on here. Arsenal fan coming through here. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name, mate?
Jake.
Hello, mate. How you feeling, bruv?
Oh, mate, I'm gutted. We were absolutely useless. Absolute rubbish. I can't believe how bad we were.
I mean, I don't remember a real opportunity being created.
Well, we didn't have a shot on goal, did we? We didn't have a worthy shot on goal. It must be the easiest 90 minutes Bravo's ever had. And I mean, Mustafi, I don't know what he's doing for... I mean, he is absolutely useless, mate. He's a championship player at best, isn't he?
I was watching the game, and as you say, lack of chances being created. The biggest thing that stood out to me was the lack of effort and energy from so many of your players, Özil, Ramsey, Granit Xhaka, walking around the pitch, especially in the build-up to that third goal, where you think, right, you're 2-0 down, and it was unlikely you were going to come back, but you nick a quick goal, and football's a funny old game. But your players were walking around, they weren't pressing, they weren't chasing. How, as an Arsenal fan, how disrespected do you feel by your players when you see them behaving like that?
Oh, I think it's disgraceful, mate. But it's like to me, it's every other week, isn't it? We have one good game, and you know what I mean. And then they think everything's all right, and then the week after, we're absolutely useless, and it's just round and round in circles, isn't it? You know what I mean? No,
I totally understand.
I don't think anything's ever going to change, and as long as Wenger's there, nothing will ever change, will it?
Well, that's the big thing, isn't it? I think that if you could probably go back and watch and re-upload what fans were saying 12 months, 24 months, 36 months ago, and it will sound almost identical to what's being said today. What's next now for what's the hopes now for Arsenal for the remainder of the season?
Well, I don't think we've got any hope now, have we? There's no way we're going to get anywhere in the Europa League. League's gone. We ain't getting top 4. The only cup we were in, the only chance of any silverware. To be honest, mate, I hope we finish, 6th or 7th. I hope we don't go anywhere in the Europa League, and it might send a message to the board, and it might send a message to Arsenal Wenger, mightn't it?
No, absolutely, mate. Look, appreciate your call. Thank you. Try your best to enjoy your evening, mate.
Yeah, okay, mate. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. We're going to push some more calls through. Mr. Nini is back joining us now. He was having a bit of food because we were starving here. The food took ages to come. Welcome back, mate. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Tom.
Hello, Tom. Who do you support?
I actually support Swansea.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
So, coming into the game was like a mutual, to be honest.
And do you know that's good sometimes because you don't have the same vested passion that the supporter of either club would have. What was your take on the game today?
I mean, I think they both played not great in the first half. I think the goal was pretty lucky of Man City. It was just Mustafi that was in an awful position.
Yeah.
But then Man City just came out and just bossed. Just destroyed Arsenal in the second half.
That they did. Let me ask you this question: Swansea are going through a tough time this year. How would you feel if you're in the middle of a game, whether it be a cup final or a really important game to get you out of the relegation battle? If you were winning or losing, and you saw some of your best players just strolling around the middle of the pitch, not pressing, not trying to tackle, not working hard, how would it leave you feeling about those individual players?
Well, I mean, I think Swansea have been in a horrible position earlier on in the season. We were actually in the relegation zone, but I mean, they've actually tried and we've pulled off some amazing results to get out of that. But I don't know, just for them to be walking around, it's just just shows that they don't even want to even try and do anything in the game, and especially Ramsey as well, when he's fighting for a place against all the other players in midfield.
Yeah,
it's just abysmal, really. It's awful.
I do understand it, mate. Look, really do appreciate your call here on FanPark Live, mate. Thank you.
No problem. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Just gonna get plenty of calls coming through. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
My name's Alan. I'm a Spurs fan.
Hello, mate. You're a Spurs fan. I'd love to hear your take on this display from Arsenal today.
Well, I think that they were lucky against Spurs when they played us. We should have bashed them up about 4-0. But if Carlsberg made Sundays, this is a perfect Sunday. I just say, good luck to all you Arsenal boys. See you later. Take my call. Take it, guys. Thank you.
Well, look, that's what you get in football. You get a little bit of back. Of course, Spurs fans are going to be happy. They're going to try and rub some salt into the wounds here. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Russian.
Hello, mate. Can you do me a favour? Can you turn down your device that you're watching the stream on, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, he hung his phone up. We're ready for another call. He hung his phone up. We'll put another call through. Walking around on the pitch. Oh, we're going to take this call and then we'll come back to...
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Graham.
Hello, Graham. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal, mate.
Arsenal. What's on your mind?
It's end of February, March, Arsenal are nothing again, isn't it? That's what it is.
Look,
Simple Jack.
Go on.
I said Xhaka, 35 million, Mustafi. It's a joke, isn't it?
I mean, those are expensive players, as you say. 30 million pound players all over that pitch. Özil stringing Arsenal along for ages. Signs a new deal, 350,000 pound a week. I don't even remember his name being mentioned in the game at all. How angry are you with the players and manager right now at your club?
Well, pretty pissed, to be honest. I just think it's a waste. I mean, I won't go pay for a ticket there. Fuck that. I won't go and pay for a ticket. I'd rather watch it on Sky. There's no way I'm going to go and support a team that warrants giving them sort of people that sort of money, the manager that sort of contract. Crazy.
No, mate, I know it's fine. You can say what you want. I totally understand. And thank you very much for your call. On that, Nini, just quickly before we take the next call. Fans now saying they don't want to support, they're not going to put more money into the club. Mm-hmm. Considering this isn't just one bad season for Arsenal, you're talking over a decade like this. Yeah. Do you agree with that approach? Can you sort of understand where Arsenal fans like him are coming from?
Well, obviously, as a fan, obviously myself, I do understand the frustration. And honestly, with how clubs are run today, they are kind of like a big business. And let's be serious, the more corporate football's been getting recently, the more they're far removed from the fans and their voices. So this is why I think fan channels are such an important facet for football. But I think sometimes with scenarios like this, maybe put your money where your mouth is. I know in other countries like in Germany, people won't go to a game. They'll turn their back to a game to send a message to the board. I think with how the Premier League is, that wouldn't really work. Maybe fans sort of obviously putting money in could be a wake-up call that, maybe we have to start trying to change things now. I mean, I don't understand. Arsenal have so many rich owners in charge too. And I think that really just emphasises how much they care about making money, making a profit. and how maybe the footballing standards are coming down a bit.
Well, definitely. The owners of Arsenal combined have more money than Roman Abramovich.
Of course.
So the money is there at the club. The actual business and the balance sheets at the football club have tens of millions, hundreds of billions, in fact, of pounds in cash reserves ready to be spent. And of course, you don't want your club to go bankrupt. But you want it to be run well so it makes profit so you can invest it back on the football pitch to win you trophies. That's the point. No one supports a football club to say, oh, I support a football team that's really good at business.
Exactly.
You know, we're not. It's
Sport.
crazy.
It's sport,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Give us your calls on 0203 606 0315. Another one coming through here. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hey, how you doing, mate? You alright? It's Rashid.
Hello, Rashid. Who do you support?
Well, to be honest, mate, I used to support Arsenal, to be honest, until today.
Oh, you shouldn't be
Wow.
saying that, mate.
Wow. So you are. I mean, how deep does that run then? Are you not going to support them again, or is it until Wenger leaves? What's your feelings on that?
Listen, mate, I'm all for Arsenal, right? I'm a North London boy, born and bred. All I see is kids playing, right? The commentator at the end, he said it's correct. It's men versus kids, all right? There's no passion. I mean, Xhaka... What did he do today? You tell me, please. What was Xhaka doing? What was Bellerin doing?
Nothing.
No Ramsey, no heart.
Nothing. No heart, no passion. They do not, as far as I am concerned, and if they were sitting in this room now, I swear on my son Archie's life, I'd say this to their face, straight up. I don't believe for one single second that you care about the Arsenal fans, the badge, the club,
Very true,
the heritage.
very true.
They don't.
We watch it every week, you know, DT, Troops. They tell the truth. I mean, look, you take your kids there. Like I took my son Ilyas there, right? He got nothing but a sore throat and a cold. That's all he got. All right? No, there's no victories. You know, it's just upsetting. You know, because I took him to the Austin game. All right? Today I couldn't go there. Today I couldn't buy tickets, but it's just upsetting, mate.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from. I mean, to make a I really do appreciate your call. I think, look, to make a man want to walk away and not support his club. And do you know what? I don't know if the guys can get it. There was an image during that game of a little boy crying his eyes out. We're going to put it up, I mean, absolutely bawling his eyes out. And I'm looking at it, and do you know what? If that was my son, right? If that was my son, our team we support, right? Up on the screen in front of us now, and you look at it and think, if they were working hard, Arsenal players, if they were giving it fight and determination, I'd say, that's all right, son, these things happen sometimes, but our players gave it their all. Instead, that little boy is crying his eyes out. They literally, right, crying his eyes out, and you can't even say that they were giving it their all. You can't even say they were fighting for you. And you just said sport. That's what you want in sport. That's what you want. And I'm not even an Arsenal fan and I care more than these Arsenal players do. It's an absolute disgrace. It really, really is. I mean, have you ever felt like that in your lifetime supporting your club?
Well, for you guys, I don't know, I'm a Chelsea fan. And I mean, plenty of times before the Roman Abramovich era, there were a lot of times at Arsenal where we'd lose games by 2-1, 3-2 all the time. So I know that feeling. I think for the little kid, you know, it's a good lesson for him, because that's what being a fan's about. You have your good times, your bad times. You need to know what it's like to, you know, feel the lows and the highs. And I want to ask this question too. I'm curious. What's the difference between, let's say, the Arsenal players? What's that fine line between being outclassed and not putting effort in? I know it's controversial, but like, if you really deep it and think about it, what is that fine line? Because I'm looking at it from a neutral's point of view. I saw the game and I was thinking, not only were the players outfought, I thought that tactically they were outbeaten as well. I think blame goes to Wenger as well. And I didn't understand what the counter-attacking plan is and what the game plan was today. And I think the reason why I really struggled to really notice what Arsenal were trying to do to get out of City was because I think they were just outclassed today. I know a lot of people are saying a lot of Arsenal players didn't try hard, but think about it like this. You know, you're defending deep, you're running a lot, you're getting kind of tired. It's natural that maybe, you know, in the first 30 minutes you're able to run the extra 5 yards. As the game goes on, your legs...
Absolutely. Look, we're going to put the picture of this kid up now, and I'm not trying to exploit this young boy. I'm really, really not. We're going to get it up on the screen for you. He's absolutely bawling his eyes out. And yes, children have got to learn how to lose and how to accept it gracefully. But as I say, for me, when I look at this, I wouldn't be able to look at my son and say our team have tried hard. You can't even say Arsenal were unlucky today. You know, if they worked hard and they were giving it their all, if those players were walking off that pitch, you know, with their shirt ripped and a bit of blood on their legs, and they were crunching into tackles and they were passing and running hard, you could say, well fought Arsenal. But they just didn't. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name? Hello, mate. Yeah, could you do me a favour and turn down the device that you're watching the show on, please?
Yeah, I am.
Lovely, great. Who's your support, mate? Sorry.
Mate, I support Arsenal, and to be honest, mate, it was a fucking shocking performance. From the back, like, what the fuck was Mustafi doing there for that goal that we conceded from Aguero?
I can't explain it. It was shocking, weak, and pathetic. That's the only words that come to my mind.
Mate, like, literally, like, it just annoys me because it's just like none of the players show heart. Like, the amount of fans of the club, the players don't show that on the pitch, and they're getting paid so much money every weekend. It annoys him. What was Özil? Like, Özil, he signed a new 3-year contract. He's meant to be our big star, and he wasn't even down the pitch today. What did he do?
Well, he was playing very well. He was playing very well up until he signed the new deal, which is strange. I mean, maybe I'm being overly cynical there.
Yeah, a bit cynical.
That is true. But it's just always for the big matches. He's never there, and that's been how he has been for the last year or so. He's never there for the big matches. He always turns up against whoever Swansea or whoever. But it comes to the big names, like the big games, and he's never there, and it's frustrating. I know like loads of people say he's a scapegoat, but a lot of other players on the pitch were very shocking today. I mean, Bellerin, he's got pace for days, and he never kicks the ball past the players and tries to run past them.
Can I ask you this question as an Arsenal fan? Does it trouble you when you saw what Hector Bellerin said just over a week or so ago about Arsenal fans going on camera and potentially making money off of ranting about the team? He calls them non-fans. And then you see a performance like this from those individuals that he's defending. Does it just show that there is an absolute lack of respect for you as supporters, in your opinion?
Mate, I think he needs to check himself and fucking get a haircut and check himself out on the football pitch now. Because, to be honest, Hector Bellerin, he's really annoying me because he thinks he's proper good, but at the end of the day, he doesn't show it on the pitch ever. And what annoys me, he's one of the fastest players in the league, and he never exploits his pace ever. We don't see it anymore. For me, none of the Arsenal players were playing with confidence today. Not even Aubameyang. He didn't get hardly any service the whole game.
Well, no, Arsenal created one chance. One chance they created in 90 minutes.
If I'm not mistaken, that was right at the beginning, which Aubameyang had 2 shots, and they both basically went towards the keeper.
Absolutely, mate. Look, really do appreciate your call. Thank you very, very much.
Sure, man.
Cheers. Nini, we are talking Arsenal a lot here, but let's be balanced here. This Man City side are a phenomenal team. We know they lost to Wigan on Monday, but that's a blip. This team are phenomenal. They play well. They're passionate. They move the ball. We were saying some of the intricacy in their play is amazing.
Goal, summed it up. The silver goal.
And they are phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I don't want to. Obviously, I know Arsenal fans after a defeat like this, it is raw. We've all been there as fans when our team does get beat pretty convincingly. But I do kind of look, like I keep stressing. I was looking at the game, trying to understand what the system was by Arsenal today to counter them. Yeah, we know Aubameyang has pace, but then with Aubameyang, he's not someone that's going to come to link up the play. He's a
poacher. He's a poacher.
So to use a poacher effectively, what you do need to have is possession of the ball. You need to keep the pitch stretched so he has holes and channels to run into. And Man City just didn't allow for that. They kept everything congested. They won the midfield battle. And honestly, I've kind of felt that Arsenal needed a tactical change from Wenger. I look at some of the players, again, I'm seeing it from a neutral perspective. I can't necessarily agree that it was because certain players weren't running or they didn't care. I just felt that it was even harder for them because they didn't really have any means to attack. There was no counter-attacking strategy. City just beat them tactically. And then I think once that happens in football, then you get these types of, terrible losses.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
Arsenal, my name's Yash.
Hello, Yash. How are you feeling this evening, young man?
Oh, I'm gutted, man. I mean, what was that? What the hell was that? Where was the team? Did they even turn up or what?
No, I can't. It's so hard to even answer. I mean, Nini just sat here and said, completely outdone tactically, completely out-muscled, completely outworked. We've all got different opinions as what made it happen.
Yeah.
But there wasn't one aspect of Arsenal's performance that you can look at and say, oh, I don't think Arsenal fans can look at any of it and say they're proud. Look, you've had many poor results in the last decade under Arsene Wenger. How many of you out there still support this man as your manager?
Oh man, I don't. I mean, I know my dad's. Well, he likes Arsene Wenger, but he wants him gone. But the only way I can describe Arsenal now is like, all right, imagine you have a film that's Arsenal. The DVD is Wenger. The guy who buys it, that's the board, right? First time they play the DVD, it's sick. It's in good condition. Team's playing well.
Yeah.
As soon as time goes on, that DVD is getting scratched up. The film's getting pixelated in certain bits. Instead of the board going out and buying another DVD, they're just polishing him.
Yeah.
They're giving him another 2-year contract and that. The team's playing like shit. What's going on?
That was a good analogy.
Mate, it's a great analogy. I was clapping that. No, mate, that's absolutely right. We spoke about this after the... Jesus Christ, you forget Arsenal were also beaten by Östersunds this week as well.
Yeah.
We spoke about this after that game. Fans that are paying... Some people don't think it'll work. There are lots of fans I'm speaking to tonight. There are lots that reach out to me on social media that say, I'm now boycotting. I'm not renewing season tickets. I'm not going to games. I'm not buying merchandise. Other than boycotting and stopping the inflow of money, what else can Arsenal fans do to get the change they desire at their club, in your opinion?
I actually don't think there's much we can do. I mean, whatever we do, the board never listens to it anyway. They'll come out and say stuff, but they're never going to act on it. I think what you said about boycotting, it's got to be the only way now to shift the power. No matter what we do, though, you've got Kroenke upstairs, you've got Gazidis upstairs. The only person who's made them shift a little bit and spend money is Mislintat. Other than that, Wenger's happy to keep her in the savings,
Yes, mate, honestly, you're getting a lot of love on here for your analogy on there, so well done and thank you so much for that call.
Yeah, nice one, man.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Really
I can't disagree.
Analogy.
Great analogy, and I can't disagree with what the man is saying there,
exactly.
He's speaking absolute sense, he really
Exactly.
is.
But I think even in regards to the boycotts, honestly, as a fan in general, I think maybe that would be an interesting thing, because I think too often with football these days, especially in the Premier League, with how money orientated it is, with how there's this emphasis on people, everyone's buying a club every week. They're not buying a club because they want success for that club. They're buying it because it's a business investment. And we're allowing too many owners that don't care about football coming in to try and make money. And I just don't agree with it. And I just think you get scenarios like this where the Arsenal board aren't showing that ambition, because if they did care, Wenger would have been gone a long time ago. Yeah, of course, respect what he did all those years ago, but times change, tactics change. Wenger isn't showing that. I mean, Arsenal aren't going to get in the... Arsenal's only hope is to win Europa League to get into the Champions League.
And there are so many
Exactly. And that's
good
what I
teams
tell you,
in
Arsenal fans. Keep supporting your club till the end. Until if you get in the Europa League final, the team are going to need you guys. Remember, if you guys win that, you're in the Champions League. So your season's not necessarily over just yet. Just have a bit more faith.
Where I take issue with that is, I understand your point of view. You got to keep supporting the team. You want them to win things. The problem I have is that you'll see a year or so ago, Arsenal fans did a series of protests, and I think, right, some momentum, and then it's like, well, okay, we've got a really big game this weekend, so we're not going to protest. For me, what amazing, what a great message you would have sent today if not one Arsenal fan turned up to the game and says, we don't care about winning this. Of course we want to win it. But we want Wenger gone more than anything. We want the changes that we want at the club. If nobody spent that money and nobody came, that's a sobering viewpoint.
I know what you mean.
But I don't know what look, it's not my club. I'm not the one with the emotional connection. And I know people come out with this, they'd sell the tickets to tourist fans.
Yeah.
That still ain't going to work, and I've explained this before. If you just had tourist fans turning up, it would have that same noise and atmosphere that, like when Robbie Williams' team played just before an England tournament, and you've got that sort of, you can hear the children and it's a little bit party, or like a pre-season game noise. That atmosphere is not what professional football is about. TV companies don't want that atmosphere on their channels. One of the biggest reasons that the international and UK TV companies were so interested in UK football is the unique noise that our supporters make. That noise that belters through on TVs all around the world is one of the biggest drivers. Italian football lost a lot of its money when the people stopped going to games because of corruption and because of poverty in the country. As soon as the crowds halved and the atmosphere dropped, the TV companies pulled away. So the nonsense, the tickets that some tourist fans might buy is a nonsense. People use it as an excuse to go, well, if I don't go, somebody else will. No. For me, if you feel like boycotting is the right thing to do, you're bottling it if you don't go through with it.
That's a fair point, and just rethinking my point too, because I'm always I like to be objective first. If anything was to happen, it'd have to be for the following game Arsenal are going to play, to really send a message out to the board to keep that momentum as it is. That would be a good indication. You know, if you guys have to make your banners, I mean, even if you don't boycott, there's things you can do to show that, you know what, you're not going to tolerate this from the board. Turn your back. If you score, don't celebrate.
Yeah, exactly. I think boycotting is like an end result. Exactly. But you've got to do more. But the one thing I would say, there's no point in having a protest before a dead rubber and then before a big semi-final or a big European game go, no, tonight we get behind the team. I think that sends mixed messages. I think you've got to stand strong by your viewpoints all the time. We have a video that's been sent in to us. Remember, if you want to record a video and send it in, the Dropbox link is in the description below, so you can do that. Got a couple of Arsenal fans here that sent us in a video, so do enjoy it, and we'll be... They're from Wembley, these guys, I'm being told, so they've sent it through to us. Enjoy the videos, and we'll be back with you in a short moment.
Absolutely abysmal today. Absolutely abysmal today. I don't know what to say. It's a cup final and this is how we've shown up. Absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal.
Alright, we're going to do it all again when we go San Siro. Fucking joke. Fuck off, Bellerin, cunt.
Thank you very much for that. Again, if you want to send us in one, the Dropbox is below. Give us a call though. Phone lines are open. I know that lots of you can't get through us because we're literally getting... Literally, I think we've had something like 400 calls come through. So it's hard to get everyone on. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name and who do you support?
Name's Daniel, support Arsenal.
Hello, Daniel. Give us your thoughts on Wenger and Arsenal's performance today.
I'll sum it up in 3 quick examples. First of all, Arsenal's a dream job for a player right now because you can turn up, you do nothing, you still get paid. I don't think they care about the fans. Them days are long gone, mate. Long gone. Long gone. It's not just about Wenger at the moment. It's about the board as well. If you don't get both of them at the same time, who's going to come in as a manager and, you know, under that board, they'll get the same treatment as Wenger. So, and in response to Bellerin's comments, I think that just confirms what everyone's thinking. Players don't care. They go out there, do what they want, get paid. End of the day, who really cares? It's all about the money these days. That's all it is.
Look, I agree with a lot of your points on there. Just reading this on here. Arsenal's record in 2018 have lost 6 times to Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Swansea, Spurs, Ostersund, and Man City. Man City obviously being a really big team, Spurs in the derby. But that's a lot of defeats as well to substandard teams. To lose that many games already in 2018. If you don't see change this summer... at some point for you, is it going to impact your support for the club at some point? Because some Arsenal fans have said they're turning their back now on the club.
Well, I've already boycotted them last 3 years. I haven't bought anything, but like that's going to make a difference. To be honest, you're saying we've lost to substandard clubs. Well, that's because we're a substandard team. You know, we're all looking at Arsenal, remembering Invincibles and all that, but that's not what it is anymore. We just have to accept what it is. Until there is change, we're going to be here long after Wenger, so... We'll see. We'll see. It's always what, you know, DT says and people go on about him as, oh, you know, he's a fake fan, he's got agenda, but I reckon he'll be proved right because at the moment, this will continue unless things change.
Mate, really appreciate that call. Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, I cut him off. I didn't mean to press the button before he said no problem. I do apologise there. We've got another call coming through. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
CJ.
Hello, CJ, mate. Who do you support?
Arsenal, boss.
Hello, mate. You sound really down.
Oh, it's sad, man. It's real sad. Like, I just have a couple issues with what happened today, man. Like, the way the team approached, the way Arsenal approached it was like a pre-season game. There was no fight. They showed no cojones. Like, I mean, it was real sad. And I think what the saddest part about everything is that Man City weren't even on their A game. They were playing borderline B+. and they still managed to roll us over like that. I think that's what's really upsetting me.
Yeah, I totally concur. I've seen Man City look better. I mean, they look good. There's no denying City are a great side. And losing to them 3-0, we've said isn't really the issue. As an Arsenal fan watching, there was a lot of talk during that game about players wandering around the pitch, not putting in the effort, no fire in the belly. Do you see that on a regular basis from these Arsenal players?
They just seem like they just don't want to play for the manager. They don't care about the fans. I mean, Jack and Ramsey were just walking in the middle of the park, like just strolling back when like Manchester City won the attack. It just showed no fight, no nothing. Like it's just sad, really. Like it's real dark times, man, for Arsenal. I mean, just waste of money. 30 million on Xhaka, 35 million on Mustafi. I mean, just money just being squandered, really. It's sad.
No, look, I totally get where you're coming from, mate. Thank you very much for your call.
No worries.
Cheers. That is a depressed sounding man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm curious too. Obviously, a lot of Arsenal fans will probably know themselves already that most of their players probably aren't good enough to be playing for them. But how much do you think that plays a factor in games like this? Because let's be serious, most of the players, especially on midfield, now Arsenal used to be known for a strong midfield that would control the game and obviously boss the midfield. When have Arsenal really had that midfield this past couple of years now? Well, probably since Cesc. It's probably the last time they started playing with, midfield bossing their games and controlling it. That's not happening anymore, and I just feel that, honestly, investment's going to be needed in the summer. But I think most importantly, a new manager with new ideals and a new style is needed, because when a new manager comes, it's a new system, new tactics, new training sessions, new coaches. It's no surprise why when most teams do replace a manager, 9 times out of 10, positive results start to come after that.
Yeah,
and I
of
think
course.
The complacency, maybe Wenger in a way himself, maybe the players too, because it's like, think about it like this, let's say you're being told to do your job.
Yeah.
You know that you're being told to do the wrong things. There's only so much you can do to keep that mental strength, obviously, continue with a bad plan when it's not really working.
Cool. Yeah, I think... See, I think I know as well, like, what you're saying. I think that's one of the big... I've been doing this show now for like 4 or 5 months, talking to Arsenal fans on a regular basis. And their issue is they understand that some of the players are substandard.
Yeah.
The issue they have is that there is the means there to buy better. There is the means to invest in better. So I would then think that the very least that they want is that effort and that determination. And, but they still have players that shouldn't be losing to Östersunds,
Of course.
to Bournemouth, to Nottingham Forest, Swansea. To lose to all of those teams in such a short space of time, I think it's more than just poor quality players. It's bad tactics. It's a stale manager, bad coaching. They are almost the perfect storm of what can go wrong at an elite level football club.
And I have to be honest myself, I think a lot of times when I have seen Arsenal lose games, me personally, I've always felt that a lot of the times it's because of Wenger. That's not really helped the situation. Bad setup. Arsenal can be so all over the place at times. Certain games with the tactics are on point. Like when you play against Chelsea, you guys press high. You then defend the second half and obviously see out the win. It's so random because that approach is used for certain games, and then other games is completely different. And this is why I blame Wenger more.
I totally agree. We've got a video that's that we're going to play for you now. It's about a minute or so, so enjoy it. We'll be back with you after that 1 minute period.
Arsenal Fan TV, Adam. Very disappointing performance by Arsenal. Lost the cup final. They are a good team, Manchester City, but we just weren't in it, were we?
Absolutely not. And you don't know where to start, really, do you? What's the really big thing? Everyone's going to have a go at Wenger, but you have to say to him, this team here, why set up with 3 at the back? You have to go 4 at the back with this, and you have to put in the bus, park it, and nick them on the break. Boomerang, did he get a touch today? I can't remember.
Well, he had no service, did he? I think he had that one chance in the in the first half. But apart from that, nothing.
Absolutely no service at all. And you've got to play your tactics against these teams. This is not about the way Arsenal play football. It's about tactics. And if we don't get our tactics right, we get clobbered. And we could have been clobbered even more today. You know.
I'm not meaning to laugh, but did the man just call him a boomerang? Listen, if you want to see the rest of that video, it is now live on Arsenal Fan TV. Fan cams are, of course, coming. That's the point of FanPark Live. We are the in-between show between the end of the games and when the fan cams start going out live on the air. Can someone please confirm to me in the comments whether he said a boomerang or not? It's one of those. Tweet that's just been put up here actually in front of me says Arsenal end emptying out on the 63rd minute. Chance of we want Wenger out and we're effing sugar all the way around at the outside of the stadium. Not the best day out at Wembley. And look, you can't. Do you know what I think it is? This isn't one bad season, 3 bad seasons. This is over a decade. Like, I think about a decade ago, I didn't really... I was in my early 20s. I didn't really shave. I didn't have my driving license. This is the irony, right? I just left my full-time job on Friday. I worked at Barclays Bank for 11 years. I hadn't even been a cashier at Barclays yet. The last time Arsenal were a properly good side, and I just think I joined a company. I worked there for 10 years. I got 3 or 4 promotions. I've moved and then moved on to new things in my life. And in that same time period, Wenger's still there, like just destroying this club slowly but surely. Like, it's such a long time that this has been going on. I really do understand it.
And progressively, it's getting worse. I mean, you're not in Europe, and obviously lost the final. And now, realistically, do Arsenal fans even think that they've got a chance of winning the Europa League now? Because that's what you need to get into the Champions League. If you don't get in the Champions League, that's going to limit the quality of players that you can bring to the club. And
interesting as well, we've got the heat maps here in front of us, and you can see that City predominantly attack down the left-hand side.
Stop Bellerin, that's why.
Put him back.
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to, for me personally, I think it's hard to criticise Bellerin, because how many times have you seen Sane linking up with who was playing on the left with Danilo, and then Silva was dropping to that side as well. The heat maps are showing that most of Man City's play was down that left-hand side, because that really is Arsenal's only threat down that right-hand side. So I think this is what I mean by tactics. It's hard to just blame Bellerin when you're always 2v1 against people.
No, I totally understand. I really, really do. We're going to take a couple of more calls before ending today's stream. So I'm going to put a few more through. Hello and welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
My name's Kieran.
Hello, Kit. Oh, mate, how you doing, fella?
I'm not good after that.
No, I bet you're not, mate. I bet you're not. Sum it up for us. Sum it up for us in terms of how you feel as an Arsenal fan right now.
I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. This right here, how we played today, the fans' reactions in the stadium, everything is literally, this is the normal now for Arsenal FC. And I was speaking to a few Arsenal fans not long ago, and they've accepted this now. And I think that the board needs to start recognising Wenger's finished and needs to go, because he's not giving the club what they deserve, the fans what they deserve either. And the fact that Arsenal fans have now accepted this, Arsenal FC, a big club, and the fans have accepted this as a normal, that's not right.
Well, I think that's the sobering thought, I would say, for an Arsenal fan, is the acceptance part. And when you accept this as normality, when you rationalise it, when it becomes normality, when you normalise it, as you say, this will just allow the board and the owners and the manager to continue on in this vein. Because what we have noticed this year, we watching fan cams, is there is less anger from Arsenal fans. And in another 12 months, there'll be even less anger from Arsenal fans, because this becomes part and part of their life. So the issue you have is that it makes it easier for the board to get away with it. You know, for me, if I was going to give any advice to Arsenal fans, it's keep shouting, keep ranting, keep screaming, keep moaning, keep pressing and pushing. Otherwise, this will be your sort of short to medium term footballing future. And for a club the size of Arsenal, it's not good to see.
Yeah, that we can keep shouting as long as we want, and we've been doing it for all of this season. I think it's got to the point where fans are so bored and they're so tired of shouting out, screaming for Arsene Wenger to go. They're so bored of it that they just don't do it anymore and they just accept it. And I would have rather had no fans at Wembley today and see Wenger gone tomorrow than have fans there and us win the game. And I want no fans at Arsenal games in the future. I'm not going to any more this season. I'm saying it now, no, I'm not going to any more big games. I'm not going to the last game. I'm not going to any more games this season. I'm not going. I want to see no one else go. I want to see protests outside the stadium. Anything we can do, everything in our power we need to do to get Wenger out and make this club great again.
Cool. Mate, look, really do appreciate your call. Thank you. Are you surprised? Quite a lot of Arsenal fans, so that's it.
Yeah.
Not paying no more money into the club until something's done.
Honestly, I think it's good. You guys know my opinions already. Clubs are becoming like big business. All these foreign investors are coming because they want to make money in football. And the FA just allow any Tom, Dick and Harry to come out. Remember Hull City, when that owner took over, he wanted to change their name and their badge. That's disrespectful to the fans and the club and their history. And I feel that fans, I know we live in a modern age, but let's not forget that we are powerful. If people work together, come together. It seems like a lot of people, they've had this is the end now. They've had enough. Come together, support each other. They'll be forced to listen. The press will be reporting and everything. You have Arsenal Fan TV and other social media figures, whatever, contributing towards it. If this is what people want, it's time for people to come together and work towards that.
Cool. By the way, please go and check out the Ultimate Football Fan Instagram page. Ultimate Football Fan on Instagram. We're going to put it up on the screen in front of you now. There's a number of polls going on at the moment, but we now have a poll running. Okay, is it up on the screen? There we go. Are you Wenger in or are you Wenger out? 95% voting Wenger out. 95%. There you can see it. That is our little page there. Bang on 3,000 followers. So if you want to give us a little follow on Instagram as well, please make sure you do that. On top of that, you've got the OneFootball app on here. Sergio Aguero, you can see, was voted for as the winner of the man of the match today on 7,200 votes. Aubameyang voted second, actually, with 1,700. I'm really sure how that's possible. Arsenal fans have clearly hijacked there a little bit. But make sure you download the OneFootball app. All your statistics, league standings, news surrounding football, all of that's on the OneFootball app. Make sure you download that as well.
Yeah, but I really think today, I keep talking about the tactics. I mean, look at the system user, 3-4-2-1. There was no width today. Your only width was going to come down your wing backs. And what are Man City the best in this country at doing? Attacking down the flanks, creating width. And they were able to obviously dominate the wing-backs. Now, of course, it's hard because when you look at the sub-bench, I mean, who really is there to inject some width and pace in the game? I mean, Robbie, his form hasn't been too great recently. Obviously, his confidence is a bit down. It was going to be really hard to do anything. And then really, Aubameyang wasn't adding anything.
Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Hi, it's Adin.
Oh, Isadin, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks very much.
Good. What would you like to say?
The whole Carabao Cup game, very good for Man City, and I'm happy with the result. But as for Arsenal fans, I'm not some kind of fan who disrespect fans, whatever. But I gotta feel sorry, especially that kid I saw crying. I feel sorry for that kid.
No, I totally understand where you're coming from. It's just disappointing. But how do you feel after winning today, though?
Very happy. I mean, the goals from Aguero accompanied Silva. It was don't know what to say other than amazing or super awesome.
Super awesome.
Yeah,
Top man.
I always use this as my catchphrase. Super awesome.
Man's got a catchphrase.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
If I use that where I'm from, somebody will throw a brick at my head. But no, I'm only messing with you. Mate, really do appreciate your call. Thank you very, very much as ever. Look, listen. Oh, we've got one more call we're doing. One more call. Hello, welcome to FanPark Live. What's your name?
Nick.
Sorry?
My name is Nick.
Hello, Nick. Who do you support, mate?
Arsenal, mate.
Oh, okay. What are you feeling right now, mate?
It's ridiculous, Rob. I said to one of the lads yesterday, I guarantee you we'll lose 3-0, we won't have a chance to score and we'll get played off the park. And it just happened.
Did you put money on it happening? You should have put a bet on that.
I fucking should have done. I'd be well up by now.
Exactly.
But, I mean, it's like Groundhog Day, mate. It happens over and over again and it never changes.
I completely sympathise. We've had a lot of phone calls tonight, haven't we, Nini, saying that people are not going to go anymore, or they've already stopped, they're not paying no more money in, they're going to turn their back on the club until there's change.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen. We've been waiting for it for years and years and years, and nothing's changing.
No, I totally get that. In terms of Man City today, did they impress you, or was it more the case that Arsenal just didn't turn up at all?
We just didn't turn up. It was like watching a pre-season friendly. The lads come out, they kick the ball around, didn't bother challenging for it. There was no heart, no nothing. It was fucking useless.
But do you think, like, sorry, obviously, I know you're upset, bro. Obviously, you know it's a disappointing loss in the final. But do you think that there's a little bit more than just not playing with heart? For example, I mean, what could have Arsenal have done really to attack City today? I mean, what could have been a plan to? What was Man City's weakness that Arsenal could have used against them?
We should have started off with 4 at the back. You can't come out playing in the cup final against Man City playing with 3 at the back. You know that's the first problem. And then you think we're not playing any balls into Aubameyang or a boomerang, whatever you want to call him. But mate, it's just the same thing over and over again. And every Arsenal fan now is just thinking, why bother? You know, why bother? What's the point?
Yeah.
No, mate, I totally understand where you're coming from, mate. Thank you very much for your call.
No worries, bro.
See you now.
Cheers, mate. Okay, that's bringing us to the end of our show this evening. A couple of things we want you to do. We've already mentioned the OneFootball app. Please make sure you download that. It makes this show possible. And for you, the viewers, it's free of charge to have. It doesn't cost you one single penny. So go and do that. And also a little bit of fun. Check out Discord. You'll see the little icon there I'm going to click on. This is essentially chat rooms, all set up by us here at the Ultimate Football Fan. You can see here, when you sign up, there's lots of different pages you can go into and talk. There's mine, the Football Terrace. You can see lots going on in there, especially today after the win. You can go in there and see what people are saying, what people are up to. You can move down a bit more, go into Arsenal General Chats. You can go to Arsenal Matchday Chat, and here's all the people using it already, all the talk from today. I think I just want to have a picture of that kid. Look at that, see? This is it. Proper live chat going on in there as well. Again, another free of charge app to have. It's quite a nice little private place to have conversations with like-minded football fans. Whether you're Arsenal, you can go to the Arsenal rooms. If you're Chelsea, there's everything for you as well. And there's a few generic rooms as well if you want to go in there and politely, a bit of banter involved, but discuss football and vent some bits and pieces out there as well. Discord is an amazing place to go and load that, go and do that. All the information for that is in the description below, so go and check that out. Okay, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, as ever, thank you all very, very much for tuning in. If you want to go and check out more of Nini, let everyone know where you are and where they can find you.
Well, you guys, if anyone's interested in Chelsea-related videos, my YouTube channel is Blue Lions TV. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, if you want to interact, send me a few DMs, whatever. My DM box is open. That is at NiniFC, NIINIIFC.
There we go. And of course, you know who I am. I'm Terry Flewers from the Football Terrace. And of course, the Ultimate Football Fan. Make sure you go and subscribe to both of those YouTube channels. But thank you all for tuning in as ever. Disappointing day for Arsenal. Congratulations, though, to Manchester City for picking up their first bit of silverware under Pep Guardiola. Very much deserved. Everybody enjoy your evenings. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.